Hi everyone, welcome back this week. I hope everyone had a better week than I did. Well, this week I've been fighting with a extreme case of non-COVID upper respiratory infection. You can call it cold, you can call it flu, I don't know what it is, but it has been pretty bad. I know I look crappy right now, and I even debated if I should actually talk to you guys today and this week, but I figure I would make a quick chatty video and then just to share with you what I've tried this week to help with my symptoms. Just like any good old story, let's go back a little bit and see where I got this extreme case of cold. Now, if you remember back in September, first week of September, my son brought COVID home from school, and my wife got it, he had it, but I didn't. This time he bought something new, right? And actually he developed some cold-like symptoms, a little bit cough, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving after school. And then he developed some symptoms over the Thanksgiving weekend, but he did not have any fever, so we were not too worried at the time. Now, however, he was coughing right onto my face, and I thought it would be okay, but no, this time actually I was not strong enough to evade this mysterious respiratory illness. So I started develop some symptoms. Last Saturday night, actually, that was the night that I was recording for my previous YouTube video, and I felt my voice was giving up at the end of the recording that week. Now, anyhow, I had this intense sore throat, very thick mucus, and occasional cough since Sunday, and right now it's Saturday, so it's been 6 days, and I'm finally starting to feel better. Now, if you have followed this channel long enough, you know I teach pharmacology for a living, and the first things come into my mind when I'm looking at some cold symptom is to go over and try some over-the-counter cough and cold product. Now, I'm not saying that's the only way that could help my body to feel better, but it's just that years and years of teaching about these things, actually this is my 15th years learning and teaching about these medications, so it makes me go to these meds in my first instinct, so that's what happened. So I tried the usual cough and cold medicines, but unfortunately none of them worked as well as they did in the past for some reason. I'm not going to get into the detail here of what I've tried exactly, but you sort of recognize what they are. But even those nighttime medicine that's supposed to put you to sleep was not putting me to sleep at all. I had this intense sore throat that was keeping me up pretty much all night, and the so-called post-nasal drip cough, just a little bit tingly feeling on your throat and makes you keep coughing. That made it worse. I just couldn't sleep very well, for the past few days. When all meds fail, I started to look into some home remedies that can give me some symptomatic reliefs. I know most family probably have some special blends that help them. My Asian heritage guided me to the good old ginger root. I think most Asians have some love and hate relationship with ginger root. Why is that? Now, my kid hated ginger whenever we put this into any of the cookings, and I can say that when I was a kid, I really didn't like ginger taste. But somehow, every one of us grow out of it, and when we become adult, we started to develop some acquired love for the ginger spice. So I make my ginger brown sugar drink. The recipe is actually quite straightforward. I have some ginger root here and some brown sugar. Okay, and if you like, you could use honey, but I just prefer brown sugar. You can smash it, you can cut it up into thin slices. The idea is really to let the ginger taste juice or whatever alkaloid in there to get released easier into the water when you start boiling it. The drink warms my body, warms my throat, but then because I can tolerate the ginger taste, so I would actually chew up a piece of ginger at the end of my drink. But I cannot provide any real scientific evidence for this, but it does work and worked pretty well for generations in the family. Now, talking about ginger, the best evidence of it is actually in preventing or helping pregnancy-associated morning sickness. Now, the second homeopathic product that I've tried in the past 2 days is a throat spray containing echinacea, which is commonly known as purple coneflower. It's a Native American type of plant. So actually, a student of mine gave that to me, and she said it worked for her all the time. So at that point, I was just trying to get my hands on anything that would make my throat feel better, and so that I could get a good sleep. Now I have to say that somehow my throat starting to feel a lot better, even though my voice still sounds very strange right now, I'm sure on the video, but it is a lot better, trust me. So I don't know if this product actually helped. I spray it into my throat and I swallow it. Because I have tried other home remedy at the same time. But in terms of hard evidence for echinacea, there's a relatively recent meta-analysis looking at echinacea effect in preventing or treating respiratory illnesses, or particularly upper respiratory illnesses, which was published in 2019, find that it may have some evidence that it may work at prevention. But like any other herbal products, in fact, it is quite difficult to study, to do randomized trial. Not that because they are just herbal products. The main reason is that they are plants and they are often grown under different conditions. And the manufacturer, when they extract the essence or whatever active ingredient from these plants, their process usually vary a lot. So these products, have a large variation, and it is hard to do a meta-analysis when they're comparing different product results. That's why the meta-analysis actually provide very little useful information in this case. So what about my post-nasal drip cough? Now, I usually take products that contain some nasal decongestant and an antihistamine, and that would take care of it. And in fact, that's the model answer that I tell my student to memorize. But unfortunately, somehow this time it didn't work at all. So what do I have to do? I ended up having to rub this Asian white flower oil on my chest to give me some relief. Now this product mostly contains some menthol and camphor. A lot of the common rubbing vapor rubs also contain similar contents. This one also have some other flower essence and flower oils and all these. The idea is to having this menthol and camphor providing some type of a relief thing, type of a smell for you to ease or soothe your breathing in the process. These rubs actually works pretty well, and actually it worked well enough for me last night, so I had a pretty good sleep last night finally. Now, talking about these vapor rubs that contain camphor and menthol, they usually have some type of a salicylate as well. And the only thing you need to watch out is don't rub too much of these products onto your skin, because too much salicylate can also get absorbed through your skin and can cause toxicity. Now, I know I've talked about a few products in this video. I want to make sure I'm not promoting or endorsing any of the products. I'm purely just sharing my experience, and I'm talking as a friend in this video. Now, I've heard many people are experiencing cold or flu-like symptoms these few weeks. And if you are relatively healthy and don't take a lot of the meds, you may want to try something that I mentioned in this video. But if you have chronic illnesses, it is always a good idea to inform or double check with your primary care physician before taking anything new, because that may interact with your current medication. And that is all for this week. I can feel that my voice is reaching its limit now. Thank you very much for hearing me out as a friend. And like always, please take care, and hopefully I can be back to myself 100% next week. So meanwhile, please stay safe, stay healthy, take good care. Bye.